With TOMiDigital, you can teach interactive classes remotely or in person, and you don't even need internet in the classroom. Innovating in classroom teaching with technology is something that new generations need in order to stay motivated in your classes. TOMiDigital allows you to create classes that promote a healthy form of competition amongst your students, and also allows for fun ways of conducting learning assessments. From now on, access to internet in classrooms will no longer be a barrier. This is how it works. Use the TOMiDigital Classes repository to find activities created by thousands of teachers around the world, or use the editor to prepare your own. You can add images, texts, and organize interactive activities in the form of competitions amongst your students. Tomi uses many types of questions, such as word searches, matching terms, true or false statements, multiple choice, and reordering or completing sentences. Synchronize your favorite classes from the TOMiDigital application on your cell phone and take them to class with you. Connect the Tomi Play device to power or a portable battery, and a new Wi-Fi network will appear. Ask everyone in the classroom to join the network and watch the magic begin. Join us in this learning experience and subscribe for 1 year to our platform, and we will send you a free Tomi Play device to any city in the world.
Juan, hi. Hello.
Good
Hey,
morning.
Juan, hi, good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm so good, Chandrahas. Thank you so much for inviting me to participate in your workshop today. It's my
Thank you.
pleasure from this side of the world, 6:30 a.m. in Colombia. So it's a pleasure to me to support you and be with you in this Friday workshop in India.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. And I know that we are almost on time. And maybe if you don't mind, we can play the video one more time, just like quick video, the introductory video that you have played, in order to make sure that by the time we are expecting maximum audience, we can get the ball rolling without any further delay. So would that be okay? And then
For
we
sure.
can start normally with our agenda of the session.
Yes, just
Yes, thank
please
you.
remember to everybody that this is a first workshop for the people who already got its access code to the platform, and so we are going to teach how to create assessment using the TOMiDigital platform for free using the code that we already sent you to your emails. So we're going to start in a minute. I'm going to play again the video just for giving an idea about what you
Yes,
can do
please.
with Tomi inside the classrooms and outside the classroom, even without internet access. So let's play
Yes,
the
please.
video, as you said, Chandras. See you in a couple of
Thank
minutes.
you.
With
Lovely.
TOMiDigital, you can teach interactive classes remotely or in person, and you don't even need internet in the classroom. Innovating in classroom teaching with technology is something that new generations need in order to stay motivated in your classes. TOMiDigital allows you to create classes that promote a healthy form of competition amongst your students, and also allows for fun ways of conducting learning assessments. From now on, access to internet in classrooms will no longer be a barrier. This is how it works. Use the TOMiDigital Classes repository to find activities created by thousands of teachers around the world, or use the editor to prepare your own. You can add images, texts, and organize interactive activities in the form of competitions amongst your students. Tomi uses many types of questions, such as word searches, matching terms, true or false statements, multiple choice, and reordering or completing sentences. Synchronize your favorite classes from the TOMiDigital application on your cell phone and take them to class with you. Connect the Tomi Play device to power or a portable battery, and a new Wi-Fi network will appear. Ask everyone in the classroom to join the network and watch the magic begin. Join us in this learning experience and subscribe for 1 year to our platform, and we will send you a free Tomi Play device to any city in the world.
Hey, Van, hi.
Great.
So thank you so
Yes,
much for playing that video. Yeah. And I guess we are good to get started with the agenda of the session for which we have planned this webinar. Can you hear me okay, Van?
perfectly. Yes.
All right. So, good evening to all the teachers who have joined. Feel free to share your identity, your name, and school. I believe we have a couple of teachers today participating in on this webinar from Bangalore. Couple of them are from Mumbai as well, working with one of the NGO with whom we are working. So, feel free to share the identity, your name, your greetings, any message, or any expectations that you have from this webinar. To get started with our initial introduction, my name is Chandra Singh. I'm Chief Growth Officer working with TOMiDigital. Alongside me, I have my friend and partner Juan Manuel, who is operating from Medellin all the way from Colombia and totally in a different time zone. That's Friday morning for him. So Juan, thank you so much for joining us on time. And before we get started on agenda of this session, Juan, would you mind telling to my teachers that what TOMiDigital has been doing to the teachers community across the globe, and what challenges you see it can fill the gap for the Indian schooling system? Since you are the father of this product, you are widely working with a lot of schools. Even in India, I know that you are working with one of the schools in Gujarat. What has been your experience, and how do you see that our technology filled with the hardware and the software part can be helpful for the Indian teachers? And also from the experience that you travel in India, what gap that you see that Indian teachers are having, through which uh, we can help them using our technology, and that could be productive for them.
For sure, Chandra has actually not only India, but the 80% of the planet has a huge lack in internet access in most of the rural and even in the main cities areas. The schools don't have high quality internet access, or even the students don't have internet access in their homes. The 20% of the planet, the developed countries already have a lot of resource for making innovation in education. However, teachers in emerging countries like Colombia or whole Latin American countries and India as well, and African countries and so on. So we don't have the full resource, the full access to internet for having such a class of interactive sessions with our students to engage them in the new methodologic and the new like age of innovation in education. So that was what we realized, and we said like we need to do something for taking all the technology that developed countries already has in their classrooms. We need to take this into emerging countries classrooms too. So that was the reason we created a platform that can be deployed, can be like played inside any classroom even without internet access. So you can imagine something like, if you already know, for example, Kahoot.com or quizzes.com, or this kind of assessment platform, which are very engaging with your students. However, now with Tommy, you can do it online, but also you can play these classes inside any classroom, even if you don't have internet access inside the classroom. As you can
Per-
saw in the video before, there is a small device that we give for free to all the teachers that get subscribed into the platform. So this device creates a Wi-Fi connection inside any classroom. Students can connect to the Wi-Fi. Even if there's not any internet access, teachers can deploy synchronous activities and assessment inside the classroom in a very interactive way.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Van, for your valuable insights. My version of Tom I Digital and the way I'm seeing the potential. Yes, Sarita ma'am. Hi, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us on time. And I believe Sarita ma'am is from Bangalore, the city where you have visited Juan as well. So, to all my teachers, to get started with the initial idea of what TOMI Digital is, it's a technology that we have built. It has two components: the one, the hardware part, and the another one, the software part. In our case, the software part would be more crucial, since because of the fact that that principal Samhit Sarita ma'am with whom I have interacted, She was more interested in knowing the fact that how TOMiDigital can be helpful for their school to conduct the examination in a digital way, in a way that how the platform can be explored so that teachers can conduct the examination in a digital and secure way. On top of that, how it can also help teachers to do the grading system, reporting system, generating the report card with the help of technology, how we can help that school. So without any further delay, Juan, let's start the demonstration part of TOMiDigital. I would request if you can share the screen, and then I can walk through all the options, or as per need, if you want, as you feel free to jump in. So initial way of getting started onto this session to all my teachers is that that's how the console of TOMiDigital looks like. It's a cloud-based technology. You can access it from anywhere. What by default I'm assuming is that if you have registered for this event using your email ID, you must have received a promo code. Promo code would have redirected at your email ID. So using that promo code, you can access the platform. That would be on a pro version. Of course, even without, yes, that's how the interface of getting the promo code would look like. After you enter, once you've registered yourself for this event, as you can see on Juan's manual desk. Juan, if you can skip back on a first window, please. Yeah, sorry. Juan, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Sure.
Yes. All right. So what we are walking all our teachers through the process of how to sign up. Sign up process would go through login using your email ID. In this case, the email ID would be the one through which you have registered yourself for the event, followed by which you must have received a promo code. Just in case if someone has not received the promo code, feel free to look onto their spam folder, because it might happen that promo code might have landed to your spam. Using that, you can access the console, and that's what Juan is going to walk us through. Juan, yes, I'll switch the next things to you.
Sure, Chandrahas. And if someone didn't get the code and you cannot find the code in the inbox, so just shoot a mail to you. I'm gonna share your email ID in the chat, so anybody can just write a mail to you, and we will be sure to share the access code for getting this pro version of the platform.
Yes, please. Amazing.
So great,
So
you can go. Yeah.
Here what Juan is doing is that after once he is trying to log in, the platform is asking that what role do you play. It's first time process, like just to make sure that you are not coming into the minor category. You can fill the date just to make sure that you're filling the date above, showing that you are above 18 years old, and then the system would redirect us to the next window or the universe that we have of TOMiDigital. Either way, I can sign up using Google identity or the way you want. So yes, Juan, if you can do this activity, yeah, perfect. In
Yes,
this case,
I'm gonna fill this out. However, I already have an account, so I'm gonna just show you how to get this information here. However, what you all need to do is filling this out and
Juan, you
copy.
have entered JM plus 35. Maybe that would not redirect anywhere.
No, that's the alternative email, Chandra, and I'm using
I'm
for.
sorry. I was not aware of it. Okay.
And but actually I forgot to use the .com. Yeah, so .com. And you can use any password here.
All right.
Sign gap.
Mm-hmm.
After you click on Sign gap, you're gonna go directly to a screen that is gonna ask for the PIN code. So you can just copy this and paste in the next screen.
All right.
Or if you already have an account and you didn't create or you didn't access the PIN code yet, so what you need to do is logging in. And let me, Chandra, I'm going to show how to introduce the PIN code in the profile side. So TOMiDigital.com. I'm logging in. And here, I'm going to find profile. And you can enter your PIN code here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's the relevance of the PIN code that you have received back in your inbox. Of course, that's not mandatory, but that would be our recommendation, because as a part of our process, we are giving it for free, because on a pro version, you can find all the features free of cost. until you are not entering that code, you won't get that pro features enabled for your ID. So Juan, yes, let's do that, and then let's move ahead on to the subsequent topics. Yes, please. The pin. Have
Perfect.
you done that?
Yes, I already have
All
my
right.
PIN code on this account.
You've
So
entered that.
the way
Lovely.
you realize you already introduced your PIN code is that you're gonna get this message that is a pro user. Instead of this, you're gonna get a notice that you are free user. So that's the
Free users.
relevant
Perfect.
thing after you include the
Perfect.
code.
Perfect. All right. So Juan is playing a role of teacher. So what he has done until now is that he has entered to the platform of TOMiDigital using the promo code that we are distributing to all the teachers for free. Now you are the teacher. You have entered to the universe of TOMiDigital, and here is how the interface would look like. Which means that you can explore all the classes which have been created by different teachers coming from different part of the world. So
Yes, Chandras. I think we lost Chandras for a second. So how he was talking about, you can see here all the classes created and shared by other teachers around the world. You can decide to share your classes or make your classes as private. However, this is an open community, so I really encourage you to share your contents with other teachers. For example, we have here a class from about motion, and if I open this card, we are gonna find a complete class created by Suraj. For example, it was a person and a great participant in the last sessions we had from Ambrit School, and I can see here, and I'm very happy seeing that this teachers is already Suraj, sorry, already start creating classes with us. So that's amazing. So what we have here is a class about motion already created, completely finished with multiple choice questions. And yes, Chandra, there you are.
yeah,
You're
I'm
back.
sorry.
Yeah, no problem. So I'm just telling the people how to explore the classes that was already created by other teachers, the lesson that was already created by other teachers. So please go ahead.
Yes, so this is the sample classroom that one of our teachers has created. Why? Because he wanted to conduct a class, he wanted to conduct the exam in a digital way, and based on a syllabus that he has taught to the student, he has created all those list of questionnaires. That's a sample that we thought of sharing you before we start, that how you can do it by yourself from scratch. So the next step would be Juan would walk us through regarding how we can use the option of create new class, and out of all this available list of questionnaires, you can select any kind of questionnaires that you want. So assuming that all you have explored all the explore section, you didn't find any class created relevant to your need, you clicked on the new class. So new class, with that tab you always have a flexibility to create the classroom based on a syllabus that you have created. So for example, go and pick any subject that you want, which is one of your favorite topic, and then we can give a sample. Yeah, geometry. Perfect. So by doing this, Juan is creating a classroom related with the mathematics topic, and he has given the name of the subject, followed by he has selected the subject of the exam out of the available options, which is maths. And then what he did is that he has clicked on accept. By doing that, he is now redirected to a new window which has a platform through which he can select different type of questionnaires out of all available options. But in order to do that, we have some prerequisites. As one can see, out of 10 points we just have obtained 2 points. So now it's time that we can start gaining the numbers, and then along the way we'll start creating the questionnaires. Juan, yes, let's grab the first question that says set the class image.
Okay, perfect. I think
Yes, please.
actually, because of the last workshop I did by here, I think I have here class. Here it is, and I have this, for example. So we can include like this as
Yes.
the
So
class.
what Juan is doing is that in order to make a more relevance or more appropriate of the upcoming exam, he's selecting a appropriate or matching images from the repository, so that the exam content would be more obvious or more clear for the students. So by doing that, as you can see on the left side of the window, I mean, sorry, right from my side, when if you can hover around that 4 points, yes, there you go. The point rating has automatically increased. Now the next question is, we'll start with selecting the lowest option. Yeah, select the class language. Once Juan would select the class language, automatically our rating would go on to 6, and then we'll move on a last section. Yes, since he has selected English, as you can see that our point has increased up to 6. Now it's time that me as a teacher or Juan as a teacher can select any kind of questionnaires that he wants to ask among their student. How to do that? Resources are the repository through which he can select different kind of questionnaires based on, as I mentioned, what he has taught to his students. So assuming, Juan, if you can take a lead on this section, just because of the lag, I'm not seeing the screen on a real time. So maybe you can take the lead and I'll jump in as per the need.
Sure, sure. I'm gonna start showing something that I like very much. That actually is that I can import resource from other classes. So if I click on import, I'm gonna find all the geometry of angles in the repository of content in the classes in English I have. That's the reason it's very important selecting the language, because that's the way that Tommy is going to help us to find the classes in my language. So look at this. For example, I have single choice question here with an image that is asking the students, what is this? So this is a plane, line, or line segment. So if I like this question or any question in the repository, what I need to do is just selecting this and clicking here. So automatically, I'm going to have the full question ready to use on my class. So if I wanted, I just need to look for this here. For example, this is the theoretical part of angles. So I can just add it here. So I have the theoretical part here and so on. I have 32 results, or I can look for many other results in just looking for it, right? So
Perfect.
this is, for
So
example,
by doing that, what one is doing is the following. Since I mentioned that our platform has been utilized by 10,000 of the teachers, you might find that couple of content is already existing on our platform.
that's right.
So you don't have to write the questionnaires or format the questionnaires from the scratch. Instead of doing that, you can pull from the input resources. Because what if all the things that you are writing is already existing? Why? Because few teachers have already used our platform. They have published that information globally for all the teachers to use it. So by doing that, Juan has pulled the content, and now out of 4 questions, as you can see, he already has 2. Since we have already done the 50% of the task, let's go Juan and create 2 more questionnaires for the sake of learning to our teachers.
For
Any
sure.
in the meantime, if there is any questions coming up from any teachers, feel free to write your questionnaires. If you have any type of questions that you are specific about, feel free to let us know that instead of we selecting the kind of questions, let us know what kind of questionnaires you want us to select. So yes, Juan, assuming that there is no response, we are good for now. Yes,
And
please click on add resource, select
sure,
any kind of question that you want.
Chandra has. If probably there are some people connected that already participated in previous sessions with us, so feel free to ask any issue or questions you're having. Meanwhile, you're using the platform, so this chat and this space is open to you, teachers, so you can ask anything you have in mind. So before adding new resource, Chandra has, I want to show you something. Is that I added this question, right? However, I realized that this question is given 240 seconds to the students to answer this. And this is a very simple question. And the second one is that this question is in Spanish. So I didn't realize that before. So what I can do is deleting it and looking for a
Or
new resource, or I can edit it. So
maybe
I'm
you
gonna
can edit
edit
it.
it. That's right. So I'm gonna change the seconds, and I'm gonna choose only probably 10 seconds, 20 seconds for answering the question, and I'm gonna
Right.
change. I'm gonna translate it. So I'm gonna write here like, this is the name of this line is D. So that's what the teacher who creates these questions wrote, and the answer is false. And there it is. So now we have our own question. So now, yes. So let's go forward. If you want to guide me, what question do you want to create?
Oh, I was very poor in maths when, and though
Okay,
I was good in physics. So
no problem. So if you can see, we have here 13 tape of questions. So, oh, great. Thank you so much for the people who is writing it to us. So, Chandras, if you can help me pronouncing this name, you know, it's very hard for me pronouncing names
yeah,
from
no worries. I'll help you. Yes.
yeah,
Good evening, says Priyanka, ma'am. I'll take care of that. Yeah.
great. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for people interacting with us. It's you know, as Chandra has said before, I was for a couple weeks in India, and the harder part for me was pronouncing names in your country, but probably that's the same issue you will have trying to pronounce number from us in West. So perfect. So let's see it. I'm gonna choose, for example, the ordering type of questions. Probably in the session of today, because of the time, we won't use each one of the questions. However, we can choose some of these. If you have any preference of which one of the question tape you want to use in your assessment, so let me know. But what I'm gonna use now is ordering. So what is
Please do
ordering?
so.
In ordering, what you need to do is just giving an statement for the question. For example, order the angles from small to big, for example. And what I have to do here is add in images and text if I want. For example, let's click here. I have multiple angles here, and I need to add the angles in the right order I want students uh, selected. So, for example, the smaller one is this one, so that's going to be the first. And click OK here. After that, let's select the second one, which is this one. No, it's this one, right? Yeah. So let's add another one. Let's add this one, which is an obtuse angle. And let's add another one, just one more. So, and let's add this one. So this is an angle. I don't remember the names in English. This is a acute. This is a right angle. This is an obtuse. This is a, what is the name of this one? Do you remember, Chandras?
Absolute, I believe.
What is the name of that angle?
Yeah, absolute. AB.
Up. Okay.
Absolute. Yeah.
Now, let me, actually, you know, I can copy, this is a reflex angle.
Okay.
Reflex.
As I mentioned, I was not. All right. So perfect. And when, yeah,
Yeah.
if you can mark the timer as well. And here I have quick insights to share to my teachers, because normally what happens is that since the examination is not happening regular the way it used to be, by setting up the timer, we are defining a time frame under which students have to end their examination. Even by some means, a student has not completed their exam, the timer itself ends so that student can't bypass that time limit that you have set. So assuming that if the learning would have been happening in regular school premises, if the exam is of 1 hour session, of course no one can bypass the 1 hour session, or maximum you can grant the permission based on the invigilator's need. But here, if the learning is happening inside the, I mean, students are connected from their home, how you will make sure that students are submitting the exam or the question or the answers within the defined time frame? There is no any process to do that, unless you are, the only way to do is to rely on the student's parents. Okay, let's make sure that student, your kid, is submitting the assessment within 1 hour time frame. But here, instead of relying on parents and making it more of human intervention, we have implemented the technology that once the 60 minute would bypass, on 61st second the question will bypass. By doing that, there is a timer set for each one of the questions. So eventually, if the student have not answered within the time frame, they won't get a flexibility to bypass the timer that teacher has set. Now, the most important thing for which our technology is getting more liked is because by the time a teacher is setting up the question paper, he is also teaching to the platform that which one is the right answer. And why it is more relevant, because after once your student has submitted the question paper, it takes like whole work to do the manual process to mark the right and correct answers. So instead of teachers doing that part, we are teaching to the technology, we are teaching to the platform. For example, if some student has marked this as a right answer, mark that as a correct answer. So for example, we can take example of true or false in this case, or maybe even this. Yes.
So
Now
perfect. So
what?
Chandra has just for making an additional annotation is that if you decide, I'm going to show that after, but if you decide, you can give additional points to the results of the students, the scoring of the students. You can give them additional points if they answer the questions faster than other students. So you can also have in your reports how many seconds or how many time the students took for answering the question. So that's regarding the timing of the questions.
Mhm. Perfect.
So
So
yes, what?
yeah,
Yeah.
the point which I was mentioning was the following. If you can scroll down one, please. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the point which I was mentioning, when it comes to making the answer sheet or marking the question, marking the answers, we have taught to the platform that if the answer one is acute, mark that as a correct answer. So you as a teacher, you don't have to do that process manually. If a student has arranged those letters in a sequence wise as you have set in a paper, it will get marked automatically as a right answer, and the student would be granted that respective marks for that questionnaires. So it happens almost instantly if a student has finished the exam, and based on the questionnaires and answers that you have taught to the platform, the grading and correcting the answers happens almost instantly and totally digitally, that you don't have to collect the answer sheet, go through all
So
the papers. That
Chandra,
will work.
probably we can see that in action in a
Yes, please.
second. So
Yeah.
if you want, we can just test like a couple more tape of questions
Yes,
just
please. Yes, please.
for checking it, and after that we can make a live session with the people who is connected right now, so they can participate and we can check the results after that. Are you
Yes,
good?
let's do this.
Agree?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
So great. So let's add another resource. Probably the other resource that we can add is, for example, completing the sentence. What is completing the sentence? Let's double check it. For example, I'm going to write a sentence here. It's some kind of a statement like this. For example, an acute angle is the angle with less than 90 degrees. For example, I'm not a geometry teacher, so if I'm doing something wrong, so just I apologize and let me know, and I'm going to correct it. But so now I want the students fill some spaces in the sentence. So what I need to do is put in a at symbol here and here. So this is the way for telling to Tommy that I want that this term will not be filled up, and the students will need to drag and drop the term into the sentence. So angle and 90, for example, I want they fill this information. So at and at. And after that, I need to add some distractions words. For example, and I'm going to write something like 3 or 4, 5, or right, and that is. And once again, I'm going to give the timing for answering the question. So I'm going to give the students 30 seconds for answering the question and save. And let's see it here. So as students, we will need to drag the right answer from here and drop it over the sentence. You're going to see it in action in a second. So there it is.
And
So
that's
yeah.
quite common as a fill in the blanks here in India that we use.
Mhm.
that instead of complete the sentence, we normally use fill in the blanks. So which is
That's
what we are
that's good.
showing.
Great. So this is a fill in the blank sentence activity. So that's right. So do you have any preference for the last type of questions we are gonna
Or
test?
maybe the true and false one we can select. Of course, teachers can play with all the type of questionnaires, and if they face any difficulty, they have my email ID that they can reach out to us.
Perfect.
Just
So
because of Mhm.
if true and false is already in used in the first
Okay,
case,
then maybe you can select, let's say, single choice
multiple choice,
question.
perfect, single choice. So let's go
Yeah,
for it.
because
So, and yeah, this is a good opportunity for showing you how to use mathematics formula. If you're a math teacher, you can just select here and you're gonna have a special character like keyboard for adding complex equations. So for
Mhm.
example, this, I could put here like this is an integration activities. I can just change the terms here. So for example, I really didn't know about this, so, but you can just put here like 5 and 0, and after that add in some terms here, so something like that. So if you're a math teacher, you will know how to use this keyboard for adding this kind of terms. So represents what type of angle. Of course, this doesn't make sense. So the first
Mhm.
answer I want to introduce here is this is nothing related to angles, for example. The second is this is an angle, an acute angle, and this is a right angle, and so on. And I need to choose which one is the right questions I expect the student select. So for example, this one, okay? So this was just for showing how to create and edit this kind of formulas, but I don't feel very good using this statement. I'm gonna evaluate it. And what I'm gonna do is using a image for making my question. So I'm gonna select image here. I could drag and drop an image there, or I can just choose it. So I'm gonna select, for example, this straight angle. There it is. And I'm gonna say, what is the angle in the picture? So this is a acute angle, or it is a obtuse angle. I think
Mhm.
I'm writing this that obtuse angle. And this is a straight angle.
All right.
The
So
right
here
question
what
is this one.
Mhm.
I
and
mean,
here what Juan has done is that on the same time while he's creating the question, he's also teaching to the platform is that if any student is marking straight angle as a right answer, mark that answer as a right. So by doing that, he is going to skip all the manual process that he has to go through, checking who has done mark, then grant appropriate marking according to the nature of the questions itself. The system is going to do that. We are going to cover in next segment, which is me as a teacher. Now I have created my class. We took time of 15 minutes here. Why? Because this section is very important for us to walk you through, because March is a month of filled with examination. How using our platform you can conduct the examination in a digital way. As we mentioned, for the sake of the timing and the demonstration, we have taken the resources at random. However, during your free time or during the weekend, feel free to explore all the resources that we have created. You can find open-ended question, which is equal to the subjective question. So once you'll see that, that's quite easy to understand. So feel free to explore. If you face any difficulty along the way, feel free to write an email. Principal ma'am is already aware about my contact detail. Now, what next we are going to do is the following. Me as a teacher, or Juan as a teacher, has created the class. And what's the proof that I have created the class? Because I have obtained 10 marks out of 10, as you can see on the right hand side of the window. Me as a teacher, or Juan as a teacher, is now going to take a step forward to broadcast this class so that the student can access it. So Juan, please guide us on to that. Now the
Sure.
classroom has
You
been
know,
created.
just one more thing before jumping into the demonstration of how to play the class. So is this button. For example, I want the students find the theoretical information before all the questions. However, I created the true and false question first, and after I have the text document. So what I want to do is reordering my questions. It's very easy. Just click on sort resource, and after that, what you need to do is drag and drop.
And this
your
is my
question.
favorite section, like playing a video game. Just scroll up and scroll down,
That's
right?
right. Yes. So that is, and finally, I just accept it. So there it is, and we are done. So let's click on done, and I'm gonna come back to my classes. And here, this is like the summarize. If I want, I can share this class with another teachers like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or just let's start using the class. What is the way for using the class? We have three different ways for giving this lesson to our students. The first one is just sending a practice link to my students. If I send this link to my students, what I'm going to have is an independent practice session for each one of the students. So I won't have any report about the results of the students, but they can be free for playing the class once and again, like in a simulation of the assessment for the students. So some of the teachers create a simulation, and after that they create an official assessment for students. So just copy here, and I can copy and paste this into the WhatsApp session or any a platform I want to use for communicating with the students. Or even I can use this other section here, which is groups, that I can create some like something like the Facebook wall. That's like like a general place when you can put like notice to your students, so you can just send message to them with a link. So that's the first way. The second way is that you can schedule the class. So this means that I'm gonna go into it. You can say like, okay, my students will have until March 15 at 12 hours a.m. or p.m. for giving the class, for following the lesson. So asynchronously, each one of the students can go into the class and to participate in it. You can shuffle the answers, so they will have different order in each one of the contents in the class. You can turn on competition, so they're gonna get a special points for the timing they take for answering the questions. And you can ask the students to be authenticated into the platform or just using a nickname for participating. If I accept, what I'm gonna have is a link for sharing the class with my students. So I'm gonna share this link to my students, and they can just log into the class and participate, and I'm gonna get each one of the results of the class by here. But in
Lovely.
this case, we are gonna use the third way for participating in the class. I'm gonna come back to the class here, geometry angles, and we can play the class in real time.
In real
So
time. So let's do
yeah.
this option, Juan. I would request all the teachers, since you must be connected maybe on a phone or like from any laptop device that you want. TOMiDigital is not specific with any device. You can access this on any Android phone, any iPhone, or any tablet or PC, desktop, laptop. What now next Juan is going to do is that he is going to hit on the continue button, and he'll share the link that each one of you, if you can copy on a web browser, as you can see here. Juan, if you can please highlight that HTTPS part. Yeah. All right. So he, as a teacher, he has broadcasted the URL that his student can find, and by accessing that URL, they can participate into the exam that Juan has created for them. So you, as a teacher, I mean we as a teacher, now we are playing a role of a teacher, and you self for as a student, if you can click on the link that Juan has broadcasted, and it would also ask you to enter the code, as you can see on a screen, which is 8133, and also your name. Now, as you can see, once you'll enter your name, you'll see that your name would be appearing in beneath of Juan Loperas. So what's inside it is giving is that out of 100 students, I can see 40 of them have joined. 100 is just a maximum student limit in any class size. So in return, it is also helping the teachers to mark the attendance. Though we don't have any mechanism which send you the report by default, but here you can maybe take the picture or a screenshot or camera screen that are out of the classroom that you've created, how many students have joined. So I would appreciate teachers if you can click on the link that Juan has highlighted on the screen. In next couple of time, we would start the class, and then you will see in a real time that how the classroom that you have created would appear for your student. All you have to do is to click on the link, which is https followed by entering the code and your name would be going for each one of the student that would be marked as attendance. So we can wait here a couple of minutes. Once we see couple of teachers appearing in, then we can get started.
Sure, Chandrahas. This is very important that people knows that we are transmitting by Facebook and YouTube at this moment. So we have a small delay in our transmission. So as soon as I start the activities, I will need that you be focused on your devices so you can check the classes going through in real time in your devices. So please, I invite the people that go into play.tomi.digital and use the code 8133 for logging into the class. If we don't have any more teachers connected, I'm gonna simulate it using my cell phone. Perfect. There is someone else. What is
Yeah,
his
we have
name?
Sindhu KV, ma'am. Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you,
So
ma'am, for appearing in. So, by doing this exercise, Sindhu, ma'am, you would realize that how the classroom which you have created would appear for your student. This is just as a sample. During the weekend, you can explore all the resources that we have created. This will give you a glimpse that how your student would find the questionnaires that you created. You as a student for now, though you have marked the questions, how your rating and grading would appear on my screen or Juan's screen, who is playing the role of the teachers. All right, perfect. We have Sudha ma'am as well. Perfect. So now we have 4 students. That would give us enough insight, or maybe we can wait a couple of more seconds so that if we have more number of students, that would help us to do the grading system and do the reporting system. If not, then when it's your call, you can get started. You can click on start class.
perfect. So yes, let's move forward to take advantage of the time. So let's start the class. So
Yes, please.
just something, Chandra, has that I'm going to be, I want to say here is that the people who is participating in this class today, as soon as you can get the devices that we ship out from Colombia to India, I wanted we can give free devices to some of the teachers that participate in this workshop, Chandras. So
Sure.
I think we have the first one, and is Sindhu. So
Sindhu ma'am.
yes, so please, Sindhu, if you can shoot a mail to Chandrahas, the email ID that I shared before, and we are gonna give for your participation. We are gonna ship for free, ship out for free a device to you as soon as we pass the customs clearance of the devices. So and so for Saritha.
Sarita ma'am, yeah, Sarita Srini ma'am. Yeah,
Perfect.
let's get
So
started.
let's move forward. I'm gonna start the class, and
All
there's
right.
the first question that we created. This is a theoretical part. So if you are in your smartphone, you're gonna see the theoretical part. For example, I'm using my smartphone here too. So I have. I think it's too likely. Yeah, there it is. So we have the theoretical part. So our students is gonna see the theoretical part. They are gonna read it, and after that, we are gonna just start the assessment. So get ready. Please remember that you are gonna see the assessment first in your smartphone and your device, then in the transmission because of the delay of YouTube. And now we have the blank space fill in. So just
Fill in the blanks.
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, fill the blanks and fill the blanks. So we already have one people who answered the question. Just you need to drag and drop. The time is over. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is over. Only one person answered right. I think that was me because I'm also participating on my smartphone. So an acute angle is the angle with less than 90 degrees. So that was the right answer. So let's go move forward. The name of this line is D. So that's true or that's false. So that's you. What you need to do is just choosing the options you needed. It's the correct. So once again, only was my answering. So there it is. So one people answered false, which is the right question. Let's move forward. So order the angles from small to big. So what you need to do is drag the angles to order it. And as soon as you think you have the right question already, you need to click on answer. What is happening with the other 3 people that is participating? Please let us know if you're having any kind of issue or something is happening that I'm not seeing that you are answering the questions.
Or could be that they are not maths teacher, Juan. Maybe they could be.
So there it is, 2 people right answers. So what is the angle in the picture? So it's the final question, and it is a straight angle. Times over 1, 0. So the right answer was a straight angle. Perfect. And finally, I finished my class and I have a podium with the answers from the people. What is the order that people answered the questions? And what are the questions with more correct answers and failures answers?
All
And
right.
finally, I can go to the report and having a detailed report per student for seeing what are the questions students already answered and what was the answer they given. So that's basically the reports, and
So
I can download it in PDF or X
yeah,
or
well,
in
if you
Excel
can
file.
hold on here for a second, please. So, to all the teachers, the point that I was explaining, that as you can see on a screen of Juan, who is our teacher, he didn't go through all the process of correcting the answer sheet of yours. What he has done before was the following. If you have noticed that while creating the questionnaires, he has marked the right answers or arranged the sequence in right manners. So by the time you have finished your exam, by default system has checked the answers whether that was right or wrong. So almost it happened instantly that once the timer got over or the exam got finished, the result has appeared almost instantly. In return, it is helping you, that it is acting as a personal assistance for you. It's saving your time, that you don't have to do all the manual process of correcting the answer sheet. All you have to do is to teach the platform which is the right answers. By the time the platform is receiving all the answers, he itself or the platform itself is correcting the answers. And as you can see on a result, that mean on a podium side, it has clearly declared who is the rank 1 student, number 2nd student, and so on and so forth. Once I'll go on a download option. Juan, over to you, if you can walk me through. System has generated a report card automatically running behind the scene. So select the options, maybe the one that says the class report. Juan. Yeah.
So yes, for example, here's my report, the students of Juanma report, and here we have that this was the students who answered all the questions right. So we have 4 questions, 4 correct answers, and the detail of each one. How many time did I take to answer each one of the questions? So great. I think, Chandrahas, we have only 6 more minutes before ending the session of
Yeah.
today.
So when if you can click on the last option that says download and then report class wise instead of the student wise, which will give glimpse of how the entire reporting system our platform has generated, instead of a teacher doing all the manual process of comparing the numbers obtained by the student, the platform itself is doing behind the scene. So rather than instead of that selecting, if you can select that option please, that would be helpful.
Sorry, which one?
Download report class wise instead of the student wise. Yes
Okay,
please.
sure.
Yeah, PDF, Excel, whichsoever. Uh-huh. Now as yeah. Oh, no. Yes, that's the one. As you can see here, Juan has downloaded the report card for the entire class, for the entire student, which is showing me the result and the ranking student wise. So which means that me as a teacher, I don't have to do all the manual process. System itself has detected which is the right answers, marked, and system has done the grading system behind the scene, allocated the point certain that can be customized. So this is what I was trying, which I was explaining, that all you have to focus is on creating the classroom or creating your exam. Rest the system would do automatically behind the scene. In return, it's acting as your personal assistance. So with that, we have covered the most of the questionnaires, I mean the content when it comes to conduct the digital examination. We have one couple of quick minutes that you can walk our teachers through how the platform can be utilized for conducting the online learning, which means that still no one is sure how and learning would come back to the normal or not. In couple of minutes, if you can give a quick glimpse of already created classroom in next couple of minutes, then you can play the video, and then we are happy to take the questionnaires coming from our teacher side. Sudha ma'am, I could see that you are having a problem with incorrect code. Juan, if you can
Yes,
share my email ID. Yeah.
yes, Chandra has now. What I think the encode the what Sarita and I'm not sure if you're talking about a pin code or the code for going into the class. It probably is the delay of the YouTube transmission. So probably I've already finished my class when you try to go into the class. So once I finish my class, no one students can log in into the class. So that's probably was the reason. And if it's about the code, the pin code for getting the pro version of the platform, just what Chandra has just said, just write a mail to Chandra's email, and I'm sharing it in the transmission. So you can just shoot a mail to Chandra's, and he's gonna correct and send you the right PIN code for accessing to
I'll take care of it.
yeah.
So we have a
Yes, sure.
couple of minutes. Happy to answer any of the questions. Teachers, feel free to write your questionnaires, your doubts, something. If we are not clear, please let us know. In quick minute, we are going to walk you through how the platform can also be utilized for conducting the online learning. Learning means how you can create creative classrooms so that the content itself would do the talking. Content itself would be talking about laws of motions rather than you writing everything on a blackboard. How you can create a content and student would feel a wow factor, that okay, wow, teacher has created something amazing for us, let me go ahead and learn. So why don't you pick any classroom that has been created on a platform, just quick minute, so that would be helpful for our teachers as well to know how this can be helpful for them.
You're talking about a group section?
No, the classroom that you have created which is already there, that has, let's say, motion, the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
The,
So
the, you,
this is the
no,
one. Yeah.
uh-huh.
This is the one that Suraj has created, the school coming from Gujarat. Now,
Mhm.
what Suraj is a teacher who is using our platform from Gujarat. He has used our platform to create this creative classroom. So, in the same way, you can utilize this platform not just only for conducting your online digital exam, but also you can play around all the options that Suraj has created.
That's
Why?
right.
The overall objective is that how using the platform and resources you can create a creative content, that content itself would do the talking. Likewise, the platform has been utilized by a number of teachers. So
Yes.
that's mhm. Yes, please go ahead.
Chandra has just for clarifying that if you want that your classes don't appear public, you can go here and check private. However, again, I'm encouraging you that please make your classes public for contributing the community. But if you want to let your classes private, you can just check here. So Chandrahas, before ending the session, I want to tell the people what is the main differentiation of Tomi from other platforms like this, again, like Kahoot or Quizzes or so on. The most important thing is that these classes that you created here, you can use these classes in your classrooms even if you don't have a good quality internet access in your classes. So there is a free application for your mobile phone, iPhone or Android phone, a smartphone, and you can just synchronize your classes into your phone and use the TOMiDigital, the TOMiPlay device for creating a Wi-Fi connection in your classrooms and to make this same activity I did before, but in your classrooms without internet access. So that's the most important thing, is that the assessments that you do during the pandemic, for example, for making these online lessons, you can reuse that classes when you come back to your classrooms, even if you don't have internet access in the classrooms. So probably, Chandrahas, I don't know if you have anything else for adding today before
We
we
are good
probably.
for now. Yeah, we are good for now. I would encourage to all my teachers and participants that please explore the platform. You must have got the promo code over the weekend. If you have any questions, feel free to write me via email. As you can see, the email ID has been already published. Number of teachers and schools principals are finding it really valuable, because in a one shot we are helping the teachers in multiple ways, not only to create online learning but also to conduct the digital exam, do the auto grading system automatically, creating the report card, generating the report card. So it would be not very practical to pour all the information or bombard all the information in 1 hour, but you've got the glimpse. The more you start exploring the platform, the more fan you would become of this platform, because of our innovative model, we got recognized at various international platforms.
Sure.
And additionally, Juan, won't you mind letting our teachers know regarding the event for which you are the guest speaker on 15th?
For sure, for
Yes,
sure.
please.
Tomorrow in my time, it's
Please share the
Saturday.
screen regarding the invitation that you have and
Yes.
what we are doing for the Indian schooling community.
So just let me share you the screen and the link for join us in this event tomorrow. So I think I have it right here. Connection link. Quote. So probably, Chandras, I think you can share it by email with them uh, uh, after with the link for participating in the event tomorrow. This is an event from 100.org from Finland and Teachers for India. And we will be leading a conference tomorrow about the innovation in education. So you are invited all to participate. So
All right.
Chandras,
So,
thank you so
no,
much. I think it was a very good preliminary session today. And if you agree, I'm gonna share the video we show in the beginning, so you will have an idea what you can do with TOMiDigital even offline. And please start creating your classes, and we are gonna be monitoring your activities in the classroom through the pin code we give to you, and we are gonna give an award with a TOMiPlay to the teachers that use the platform most in the next days. So please, I invite you to participate. And again, Chandrahas, thank you so much for
thank you
opening
so
this
much.
space for these teachers in India.
Thanks to you, Juan. Would you mind playing the video one more time so that teacher would get, for those who have missed the initial videos, they'll get a summary of that.
For sure. Everybody, please have a nice weekend. God bless you, and bye-bye. Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you so
Let's
much.
you with a video. Bye-bye.
With TOMiDigital, you can teach interactive classes remotely or in person, and you don't even need internet in the classroom. Innovating in classroom teaching with technology is something that new generations need in order to stay motivated in your classes. TOMiDigital allows you to create classes that promote a healthy form of competition amongst your students, and also allows for fun ways of conducting learning assessments. From now on, access to internet in classrooms will no longer be a barrier. This is how it works. Use the TOMiDigital Classes repository to find activities created by thousands of teachers around the world, or use the editor to prepare your own. You can add images, texts, and organize interactive activities in the form of competitions amongst your students. Tomi uses many types of questions, such as word searches, matching terms, true or false statements, multiple choice, and reordering or completing sentences. Synchronize your favorite classes from the TOMiDigital application on your cell phone and take them to class with you. Connect the Tomi Play device to power or a portable battery, and a new Wi-Fi network will appear. Ask everyone in the classroom to join the network and watch the magic begin. Join us in this learning experience and subscribe for 1 year to our platform, and we will send you a free Tomi Play device to any city in the world.